Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Leia and this is Budget with Leia. Today we're going to be doing my budget with me for my second paycheck of September. So let's begin. This paycheck goes from the 15th all the way through the 28th. My starting balance is $2,177.12. Alright, so onto my bills or fixed expenses. So I have my water bill. This is an estimated amount, so I estimate kind of high. And again, I say this every time, but I split my bills with 3 other people, so 4 people in total. So this is just 1/4 of the bill since we split it by 4. Same thing with rent. Rent is split by 4, so my portion is $545. Now, next thing, I believe, so I have 2 Twitch subscriptions. One's a monthly subscription and one is something that I did every 6 months. So because if you know about Twitch, you can subscribe to different people's channels, or Twitch channels, and each subscription is a different transaction. So because I technically have 2 subscriptions, it's 2 different transactions. This time around I have to pay the 6 months for the one of the channels, so that's, I put 6 there, and I believe it's going to be $32.40, but I think it's actually less than that, because I was looking at my statement from 6 months ago for this bill, and it was like 28, I think. So I'm just going to budget this, which is the usual amount times 6, so the $5.40 times 6 is what this is. But I think it's slightly lower, like 10% lower or 15% lower, because there's like a discount if you do every 6 months or something like that. But I might be wrong. So I'm just going to budget a higher amount. If it is less, then that amount is just going to get rolled into my next paycheck. And then Adobe. So Adobe is a new subscription that I have. I have always been using it, but I was using someone else's account for it, and they said, hey, you're more than welcome to use it if you want to, but they officially told me that they've decided not to use that anymore, so they were going to cancel it for themselves, and they gave me like 2 weeks ahead of time, just so if I wanted to keep it, I could make my own account. So that's what I decided to do. I thought about getting like a free subscription to some of the stuff, like a similar program, but honestly I'm so used to Adobe at this point, so I don't know. What I probably will do is probably use this maybe 2-3 months, and then in the meantime figure out new software that's free that still does the same thing that Adobe does, and this is Photoshop. The video one, there's another one that's included in this price, and I used to use Photoshop for other stuff, not just like YouTube, so I don't know, I'm still debating on that. So that is $33.54 monthly. So again, it might just be here for 2 or 3 months while I figure something else out, but in the meantime I decided to have it just so I had something to do all my video stuff that I've been doing, plus all the other stuff that I do for fun on the side. And then my Roth IRA, again, that is not a bill, but I considered it a bill because I want to make sure I fund it and make sure I put money towards it and send it to my Roth IRA account. So in total for all this, it is equal to $848.94. And if I subtract that from the starting balance, I'm left with $1,100. Then at $1,328.18. So that's what I have left to budget for my like regular expenses and sinking funds. Okay, so next up, cash envelopes or variable expenses. Groceries, I'm actually gonna give myself $150. I think I need to pick up like toilet paper, and I think cat litter as well. I think so. So I want to make sure I give myself a little bit extra for like the smaller household stuff that I need to pick up. Gas, I'm actually going to give myself $40. I know I've been using the toll to go to donate plasma, just because it's such a shorter commute that way to donate plasma. So some of this money is going to go to the toll. I think it's $10, and $30 is actually going to go to fill up my gas tank. So I think that should be good. And oh, by the way, this starting balance does include money from donating plasma. So that's already included in this. I forgot to mention that. Okay, so spending is going to get 80. Eating out is going to get 30. And then miscellaneous is going to get 5. So in total, this is equal to 305. And then if I subtract that from the previous balance, it is equal to $1,023.18. Okay, so on to my sinking funds. So Mateo and Isaac get the same amount every time. Car maintenance or car expenses are going to get $25. Car insurance gets $50. Christmas gets $20. Pet care is actually going to get $330. This is my next envelope that I'm focusing on. So I fully funded my car maintenance or car expenses envelope. Now I'm going to move on to my pet care. So I want to make sure I have about $2,000 in there in case of an emergency with my kitty cat. So that's what I'm focusing on. So that's why a bunch of that money is going here. Next up is family. Family is going to get 10. Occasion is going to get 14. Health is going to get 200. So I don't need to pay any more, like, that's my cat. Co-insurance, copay is deductible amounts to my health insurance anymore. So at this point, what I'm going to be doing is putting money into my health envelope for the next year. So that way I have money set aside for any expenses that come up next year. Because obviously, once your insurance gets renewed every year, that deductible is back to 0. So I need to make sure I have enough money in there for my health deductible in case of an emergency. You never know. Next up is house. It's 20. It's gonna get 20, and then moving is gonna get 20. Okay, so purchases is gonna get 20. Tech 20. Education 10. Vacation 10. New car 50. And then YouTube is gonna get 5. Nails is gonna get 5. Gaming 5. Disney 5. And then Black Friday and Halloween are all gonna get 0. So in total, all this equals to $869. If I subtract this from this 1,023, I'm left with $154.18. Now onto my savings, or pretty much my savings challenges. I'm putting $20 away to my emergency fund. It's fully funded, but I'm always funding it little by little now at this point in smaller increments. And then my savings challenges is going to get the rest, which is $134. So that means my savings total is $154. And I'm left with 18 cents. And that is just actually going to go into my buffer. So it's my account for, you know, just a change pretty much. But there we go. That is it. That is my budget for this paycheck. Pretty straightforward. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll be seeing you guys next time. Bye.